Hi guys, this is our director's commentary for our media evaluation question 4. And the question was, how did we use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages?
When constructing the music video, we also used the app called iMovie. This was for the rough cut so that we could easily use footage to get a good rough idea of what to build on if we needed to refilm any footage. This was done by putting the footage we had that we filmed onto the device, which was an iMac, and making sure that we had every single little bit of footage before we did so. Before we could start selecting clips, we also needed to download the song that we chose from the website called iTunes. As you can see, this is the song that we chose, and we have downloaded it nicely. Then we could put this onto a USB stick and import it onto iMovie. This is the song where it is, and this shows that we have imported it. Then we simply put it onto our storyboard, and as you can see below, it says 3.1 minutes long. So this gave us a good time scale to work on so that we could use the clips. Once we finished editing the rough cut and everything like that, we got any feedback and refilmed footage to get a better rough edit. We then put our footage back on the app and edited it more.
So I'm going to now talk to you about a couple of the camera shots that we've used. So for this very first shot, which I've got on now, it's kind of like a canted angle, high angle shot, just to give a bit of a difference, so then we're not using the same shot repeatedly throughout the video. We also did quite a couple of mid shots, just so then and some long shots, just so then you could kind of see the performers and the artist and the actual character in the video. We also have got extreme close-ups of the character and the mask that they're wearing, because we wanted the audience to kind of get up close and personal, because that's the convention of the indie genre and we wanted to try to keep that as much as possible. We also got close-up shots of the artist. So we got close-ups of Bailey when he was singing as well, so the audience could kind of get an interaction between the artist and themselves.
Gives an idea of live performance too.
Yeah, and we made sure we filmed this on a good high quality camera, so we used a HD DSLR.
1080p.
Yep, which then made the video look a whole lot better, and it was clearer and the clarity of it was precise, so it looked professional in the end. The editing techniques that we used were pretty simple, although we did like elaborate on some of the simpler techniques. For example, in this part of the song we have used a minimal amount of cuts, so then we could keep to the fast-paced track of the song, so we could keep the song going. And we've also used jump cuts of the same shot, so then we could kind of get the aspect of Bailey moving from one place to another, but cutting it up so it didn't look long, so then we could keep up with the pace of the song. And then another technique that we used more towards the end was to get these time-lapse shots, but we put them in reverse to try and get a good effect between her wearing the mask and her not, so then we could see the difference between how he wants her to feel and how she feels herself. So I'm just going to show you a little clip of this. So as you can see there, we wanted to try and get that contrast in. And I'm just going to show you a clip of where we used the one shot to get our artist Bailey moving from the front of the shot all the way to the far end. So yeah, that was some of our editing techniques.
Okay, this process meant that we could use various platforms of technology. We learned how to use iMovie effectively with different techniques, like cutting to the beat. We used cutting to the beat in between clips to make jump cuts for this especially when doing that, because it makes it sort of faster, and because of the pace of the song, it really helps make the story go through. Um, so we also needed to learn how to use the Apple Macs as well to import the footage actually onto iMovie. So we needed to learn how to use also different skills, especially like Photoshop. Um, we didn't have many technical issues, but through this process, but we one of them we had was downloading the song. We had a technical error while doing that with the website because this was an inside artist and it was a very unpopular one. Um, it kept on glitching and it wouldn't download properly, so that we couldn't get the clips. Um,
But we did then use a website which was linked to SoundCloud, which somebody recommended to us, so then we could download the clip with a good clarity, and there was no problem with downloading it at all then, so we did actually manage to get the clip in the end and then import it into iTunes.
we feel our biggest problem that we had to overcome when filming was when filming. We didn't realise that we didn't have the HD mode on the camera or the autofocus, so many of the clips were very blurred and weren't very well focused. So we had to there was no other way to overcome this than to go out and refilm the clips that we had to do, and we did this and filmed even more clips
Yeah, so then we
with the
could get
HD.
more shots.
Then we got more shots, and we made sure that we had it on the HD mode. But we made sure that all of our problems we overcame very well, and we feel that we did this.
Yeah, and when we shot our footage, we also used some of the ideas from the footage that we've shot to create our ancillaries. So by using the mask in the narrative, it kind of created this focus for us and like an associating feature with our band. So this kind of created our band image by using the mask in our footage. And so as you can see on our ancillaries, we've used the mask as like one of our highlighted features on both the magazine poster and on our digipack as well. And we've also used the colour scheme of purple and red, so then we've kind of like used that to identify us as a band now, as they're our colours, and that's what we're going to use. We've also used our own text, which we used off of the font. We imported that into our fonts on the MacBook system, so then we could then type out our lyrics like so onto here, onto one of our panels in our digipack. So then now we've got a consistent running typography through every single one of our promos and ancillaries, so then our package is complete and consistent. And finally, we also used our artists on the cover, so then when our audience goes into a shop or walks past a shop, then they can look at the poster and then instantly be able to recognise from our music video who that artist is and what they look like.
We feel that we have synergized these three elements of a production very well, because if an audience see any one of these elements, like for example the music video on a music channel or any of the ancillary tasks out in public places, they'll be able to connect all of them together. So we feel that we have been very successful and we have improved a lot. So thank you for listening to our director's commentary.
Thank you.